YouTube! My god! Right now, I'm so excited, you have no idea. Yesterday was by far the biggest bombshell ever. I was kind of semi-happy that I only had to deal with one show yesterday. So I'm also eating. Because I just, woke up, maybe, what time is it? An hour ago? But, I was so happy yesterday, mainly because I only had to deal with one show. But, oh my god, it's so perfect that that's just one show, because can we talk about Walking Dead Season 6, Episode 7? Finally, after so long, what episode did it actually start on? Hang on. From Episode 3. Episode 3, titled Thank You, it aired all the way October 25th, and now we are here at Episode 7 that just premiered yesterday. 3 to 4 weeks of silence, and finally we get our answer, and it is a good answer. I am so happy right now, you have no idea. You know, for the longest time, I've been, so mad at The Walking Dead for what happened with Beth getting shot in the head, that I didn't think good things could happen in The Walking Dead. Well, you know what I mean, good things, good people, and good turnouts with the good people, right? And I didn't think it was possible, but for once, something good happened to a good person. Yes, I am talking about Glenn Reed himself. We finally found out if Glenn is dead or not, and thank the freaking heavens, my boo is alive, guys! Yeah! Yes! Oh my god. When they're the Talking Dead for this episode, heads up, and they did that little survey, what did you do when you found out Glenn was alive? And there were 3 choices, right? They're tears of joy, jumping up and down, and pissed a little. I did all of it but the last one. I didn't piss a little, but I did go to the bathroom afterwards. But anyway, I was literally crying. I was like, thank you, Lord, happy Jesus. You know, in the beginning, when I first saw that whole thing with Nicholas shooting himself, and I had no doubts in my mind that he was alive. I'm not gonna lie to you, because I was like, dude, Nicholas fell on top of Glenn. The guts that were coming out had to be Nicholas's, because we saw Nicholas shoot himself and he landed on Glenn. So in order for them to actually get to Glenn, they had to get through Nicholas's dead body first, right? I'm just saying. That's why when I saw that scene at the episode 3, when they're getting the guts and everything, I was like, no, it straight up has to be Nicholas's body that the guts are coming out of, because in order for them to even get to Glenn, they have to get through the body that's on top of him, that's Nicholas. So I had hope, but at the same time, in the beginning, I knew that those guts were not Glenn's. I knew those were Nicholas's, but like I said, they had to get through Nicholas's body first to get to Glenn. But it still did not look good, because he was literally on the floor. His back was on the floor. Nicholas's dead body's on top of him. Walkers are eating Nicholas's body, and he's literally surrounded. There's a tiny little hole right there. You can barely see what's going on with Glenn. So I knew that they didn't get to his guts right away. I knew they didn't get to his guts right away, but at the same time, it did not look good. So I had hopes and prayers that Glenn was fine. I'm sorry, I'm eating with my mouth open. I am hungry. Right now. Beginning scene, best scene ever, because apparently we finally see what Glenn did when he fell to the ground. The whole walker eating thing, we actually see from a different perspective what literally happened when he fell to the ground with Nicholas's body. Like I said, in episode 3, you actually do see Nicholas's body on top of him. And it actually is confirmed Nicholas's dead corpse is literally on top of Glenn's body. And you actually see at a better angle that it's Nicholas's corpse that the walkers are pretty much consuming, and not Glenn's body, right? And then you see that how Glenn managed to escape that. He managed to survive by, while the walkers were distracted eating Nicholas's body, he shimmies pretty much underneath the dumpster. And not gonna lie to you, just like in The Talking Dead, when they were talking to Steven, when I saw that, I was like, dude, how did he fit under there. I mean, my fat ass would. Some people say I'm skinny, but I got a butt, and that butt is not gonna fit underneath that. I'm just saying. I would have died. Just saying, because this butt's too big to fit underneath that tiny ass gap. So how Glenn managed to fit under there, miracle. But then again, this is the apocalypse. They have lack of food and all that stuff. Well, before Alexandria, they had lack of food, so obviously the apocalypse made the bone-ass skinny, but they were in Alexandria for a good amount of time. He could have filled up a little bit during Alexandria, but still, how did he fit under there is a miracle and a testament to Glenn. Glenn! But anyway, oh my god. That was just glorious. And I just felt so bad for Glenn. Especially when Steven said himself in Talking Dead, like, he's claustrophobic. So being under there for a while can do things to you. So I can't imagine how Glenn must feel. You know, he's stuck underneath the dumpster, and, like, in the beginning, you do see some of the walkers, like, trying to come after him. He, like, stabs them all. And, like, he knows he's still surrounded by walkers, and he's not safe. So he has to, from what we saw in the scene, he spends pretty much a night, like 2 days and 1 night, I want to say. Because from what I saw, I only saw one night scene, right? I saw 1 day scene, that's when it all happened. And then I saw 1 night scene. And then there's another day scene when he finally comes out. So I'm only guessing 2 days and 1 night he's trapped underneath that itty bitty space in between him, the dumpster and the floor. I mean, come on, that... Alright, I'm hungry. And he's surrounded by walkers. Bravo to Glenn, and the fact that he was running out of water and stuff, oh my god. But luckily he leaves that dumpster and amazingly enough encounters someone I never thought he would encounter. But then again, maybe like, I say 96%, a 96% chance of Glenn encountering this person. I never thought so, but considering that this very same person straight up left Alexandria, there was a 4% chance of, you know, slowly running into that person, right? But, like, Glenn, when he escapes the dumpster, Enid shows up out of nowhere and tosses Glenn a water bottle. Although, fail on that part. If you're wondering, I'm eating mozzarella balls. Ovalini ones. But anyway, Enid showing up is kind of an interesting thing for me, because we all know Enid left because she left the note to Carl, who's still at Alexandria. They were both together in the same house, defending the house that Judith was in back at Alexandria, and pretty much at the end, she's gone, and she leaves a note to, hang on. She leaves a note to Carl. So we all know she left, but... And there's the best chance that... Sorry, I'm like totally brain fogged right now because I'm still happy about Glenn, and I'm eating. But like, we all know for a fact that, I feel so good right now. Oh my god. But anyway, the fact that she left, she's obviously not gonna... She has a better chance of the fact that she's outside Alexandria's walls instead of, you know, inside. So, we don't know how far Enid went when she left Alexandria, right? So, for all we know, she's still nearby the area, which just happens to be where Glenn is. And, Enid, she's hiding in a building, and Glenn's like, where are you? What happened to Alexandria? Because, you know, Enid, he remembers Enid being in Alexandria, so he's like, did something happen? Is that why you're out here? Because he doesn't, I don't think Glenn really knows that Enid has this bad habit of straight up leaving Alexandria's walls and going out the walls. I don't think Glenn knows that, so when he sees Enid outside Alexandria, he naturally assumes the worst. He's like, shit, something happened to Alexandria? What happened? To be fair, though, something did happen at Alexandria that pretty much made her leave. But at the same time, Enid has this bad habit of leaving Alexandria's walls, which Glenn does not know. But anyway, Enid, her little guiding voice, pretty much leads Glenn to some supplies, and she's like, just take the supplies and go, right? And at the same time, Glenn is trying to get answers, like, what happened to Alexandria? Do you know what happened to my wife? And all that stuff. But she straight up flees the scene without telling Glenn anything about... Not really anything, besides the fact that, you know, Glenn's all telling Enid they had to go through the plan because, you know, the honking horn... Sorry. I'm so sorry. Food just flew out of my mouth. That's hella bad. I'm sorry. But anyway, he's telling how some of the walkers broke away because of the honking horn. He's all asking, what was that horn? What was it? And he finds out from Enid very little stuff, like something somewhat happened in Alexandria, from what, you know, Enid's telling him. Something kind of happened in Alexandria, and apparently it was not from walkers, it was people, right? But when he tries to get answers about Maggie, she straight up clams up and doesn't say shit, and she runs away. And like Glenn, at first he chases after Enid, but in the, like, pretty much at a crossroads, he's like, he straight up goes the other way, and he's going down the path where Michonne and the others did to get back to Alexandria. And that's where he encounters that one walker. I forgot his name. Hang on, wait. Let me see if I can remember his name. No, that's not it. I think his name is David. Was it David? I want to say it's David. That one guy who had the wife back at Alexandria. The wife that ends up killing herself after the wolf attack at Alexandria. He sees David there. He's a walker, and he's pressed up against the fence. And he kills the walker David, and then I guess because he ends up with a change of heart, I guess, because after he kills Walker David, he straight up, instead of climbing the fence and heading toward Alexandria, he straight up turns around, and I'm guessing goes to get Enid. I'm sorry, I'm mind-boggled right now. I don't know what to think. Hang on. I know I'm sorry about that. I paused it for specific reasons, mainly because I was trying to eat too, and I'm still in shock of happiness and joy about Glenn. But anyway, basically Glenn chases after Enid, and after a little mini scuffle, I wouldn't say scuffle, but a bit of convincing, a little push, you know what I mean? Glenn chases Enid and convinces her to come back with him to Alexandria, and it's kind of funny because Glenn it kind of is mentioned in talking that Glenn has like a fathering moment with Enid, which is, I think, hilarious considering, you know, Maggie's pregnant. So Glenn's like getting ready for fatherhood right there, starting with Enid. It's awesome. It's like he's training for that shit. Anyway, not only did Glenn convince Enid to go with him back to Alexandria, they find these balloons that they set up, I think like a safe thing. I forgot what it was with the balloons, but they find some of the balloons that they already put there. And, she ends up making more of them and tying them to her bag and shit like that. And they end up arriving at Alexandria. Not really arriving, they can see Alexandria right there, like a few steps away. And they end up back, only see the safe zones totally surrounded by the stray walkers that ended up coming toward Alexandria. I'm running out of time, and I'm only talking about Glenn right now. This is horrible. I will get to the rest of this amazing episode in the next video. I'm so sorry, but Glenn, I gotta talk about Glenn here. It's amazing. But I'll see you guys in the next video. I love you. Bye.